Hello, friends, listeners, party people. Welcome to another episode of Party XP. I'm your host, Lakan, and joined once again is my friend Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
So we've got a special episode today. We talked about it in the previous episode, but I was at PAX this past weekend. Got to walk around the floor, have a good time, try some games out. Some games I didn't really get to try, but I got to watch a good amount of. And basically, I'm just gonna fire a couple off here at Jeff and see if he's interested in any of these, and see how he's feeling, see how we're kind of feeling about this upcoming crop of smaller independent titles basically coming out this year or next year. So before that, how was your weekend, Jeff?
Oh, it's just another weekend in paradise, I guess, right? I didn't get to go to any, conventions or have fun and, see any new games, but I think it was fine.
I wish you could have came through. It sucks that you missed this one. I went last year with our friend Tim. It was a good time, and basically I've made it this is the convention that I don't want to miss anymore. This is like the convention that I'm very much so enjoying, and I like the style of it. And just because it's my thing, you know what I mean? Like, sure, Comic Con's fun, Anime NYC is fun. I want to do Indie PopCon and Emerald City Comic Con, all that other stuff, right? But gaming is like the really main thing that I tend to focus on, and I really get a lot of enjoyment out of. So it's like cool for me to get an early look and an early hands-on before things even come out. Why I enjoy PAX so much is because of the fact that I can go there, talk to the developers themselves, and try stuff out before it even comes out, and basically have them pitch the game to me and why it's going to be good. I would have liked if you came through. It would have been nice to have you around. We could actually try some more cool stuff out. But yeah, it was cool. It was a good time. Very busy weekend. It was cool. I also got to meet the guys from the Non-Tento podcast, Bob Wolf and Woodhawker, and yeah, really cool guys. They're both Wolf Den is in New York now. He's in Long Island. He was in Brooklyn before.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and Woodhawker is he's an Australian man. He used to be in Texas before, and now he's in Pennsylvania, from my understanding. But yeah, so it's really cool. I got some tri-state love over here. It was cool seeing them. I got to meet them over there. They're very tall. I'm also very short, so it doesn't help the fact that either, I guess. But yeah, it was a good time. I really enjoyed myself. And again, hopefully when the next one comes around, you'll have a little bit of time and we can actually swing by for a weekend or something.
Yeah, it will be fun.
It'll be nice. So I got a list of games here that I got my hands on, or I got to watch a bit of. Not all these games I got to actually try, because some of the lines were ridiculous. Some lines were 2 hours long for a 5 to 10 minute demo. And there's just so much stuff. It's I just want to try everything else. You know what I mean? That's the case. I can always wait. Or if there's a demo on Steam, I'll do the demo on Steam. But we'll start off, I guess, right off the top here. I forgot about this too. I got to meet Donkey. And speaking, yeah, I got to meet him. It was very short because the line was starting to get real big. I didn't get a photo. I was just like, hey, big fan, looking forward to what you guys produce, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Just moved along.
Get him on the pod.
Yeah, I'll try meet my best friend Donkey. He'll obviously come to our pod now. So let's see. So we'll start off here. Animal Well. That is a 2D Metroidvania puzzle game with really good lighting. I really like the lighting, the atmosphere developed put into the game. Developed by Shared Memory and published by Donkey's company, Big Mode. Do you know anything about this one? Yeah, do you know anything about this one or no?
Big Mode. I just know that it's another ambience infused platformer starring a small animal. And it looked pretty cool, and Donkey seems really excited about it in the video he put out about it. So I'm excited for him.
Yeah, I was kind of curious why the booth was so busy. I guess if I can say that, because it was in a particular area where there's a lot of traffic, right? And then even more so around this particular booth, because obviously people are like, oh, Donkey's here. That's obviously a big thing, right? And also the game looks really pretty. I will say that it looks really pretty. And then I got to sit down and get a 15-minute demo in on it. It felt good. The platforming was very tight, and again, it's kind of each individual screen is a small movement puzzle essentially, right? With some hidden pathways around as well too. If I can't jump here, a monster's gonna a big old spirit thing's gonna hit me if I try to go this way. I can't outrun it. How do I get around? It was cool. It was a fun demo, relatively short. Again, I only got 15 minutes in on it, but the sound's really good. I played it on the PS5, and it was very much so taking advantage of the haptic feedback, or whatever they call it. I
don't know. I'm a poor boy. I don't have a PS5.
Yeah. But the PS5 has that HD Rumble-esque feature like the Switch does essentially. Okay. So that's why you can feel yourself every time you jump. You climb on a ladder, stuff like that. So you feel tinier vibrations or different vibrations according to what your character's stepping on, I guess. I'm looking forward to it. Release date, Nothing yet to be announced still, and currently no demo available on any system, from my understanding.
Yeah, no, that's going to be a big deal once it gets a demo out. So like, I fully expect the demo to come out soon, and that's going to be a big deal. But yeah, I mean, it's always super exciting when somebody's publishing their first game, let alone somebody that you've watched for like a decade,
Yeah,
right?
right. We grew up watching Donkey at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though
We all
he's
grew up
basically
together.
he's basically our age. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's been like a wild sort of couple of months for him and that whole big mode project, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking to see what else comes next because he put a lot of there was a lot of controversy around him saying, "Well, I play a lot of games, so I'm going to be good at making games and
Yeah.
publishing games."
Yeah, I remember that.
So it's going to be cool to see him put his money where his mouth is for
Yeah.
sure.
So far, for the first look at it, looked really good. Sounded really nice. Again, the lighting was really
Agreed.
pretty in like a pixel aesthetic kind of thing. Like they did a lot with the aesthetic of it. With again with the quote unquote limitations of pixel graphics. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Next one here. We're gonna just get back through. There's a game that I saw called on the way out, essentially on my second day that I was there. Another space opera episode 1, The Wake of the Giant. Took a look at that one. It is a twin stick 2D platformer with pixel graphics, which is like, it's like, it sounds relatively simple, right? But then it has a 3D space combat bit in said pixel aesthetic. It's kind of sick.
Oh, this looks pretty sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
this does look pretty.
So this one is developed by Terminus Arcade and published by PM Studios. Release date to be announced, and currently no demo. But yeah, it's like it's cool. The control scheme is a little weird because you switch weapons with your left bumper, and then like you attack with the right trigger, but you aim with the right stick. So like even with like swords and guns, yeah, you're like aiming up and down with the stick essentially, like but you're only moving left to right. You know what I mean? So it's a little weird to do the controls. I'm assuming there's probably a reason why they did it that way.
I don't know either. This definitely looks like a I'm gonna play this on PC anyway sort of game. So
Yeah, I think with a mouse, it might have probably just felt easier.
oh, I'm watching the trailer right now,
Yeah,
and the girl just executed some guy
it's
with
sick.
like the butt of the rifle. It's sick.
Kind of very similar in I think in feel to like at least from the little bit that I played. Again, I got about like 10-15 minutes on this one. I played about 5 minutes of the 3D space combat, and I played about 10 minutes of the platformer part. And there's like the story of it is she has like this assistant robot thing that like rips somebody's brain out basically, and I was like, oh, this looks sick. Also, like this looks amazing, hyper detailed, kind of like Katana Zero-esque in terms of like that kind of like hyper action, pixel aesthetic.
Hyper blood, hyper
Yeah,
violence
yeah.
kind of thing.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I'm pretty interested. I guess as I said before, release date to be announced, and again, no demo at the moment, but it looks pretty cool so far, and it's cool. It's episode 1 that they're expecting to do a big old story. Next one I've got up here is Blade Assault. This one is a little bit different because it's already out. Came out January 2022. It is a 2D action platformer roguelite. Pixel graphics. It was pretty fun. Didn't get super deep into it. I got to play very, very little bit of it, and it was a demo. But the game has been out for years, so you can also pick it up.
I've seen this game. I've seen this game on sale on Switch all the time.
Yeah, I think I've seen it maybe a couple times on Steam. Relatively short demo. It's been out for a year. I saw it on Steam before. Developed by Team Sunnyat, and published by NeoWiz. No demo on Steam, unfortunately. So you have to just commit and buying it. But it looked pretty good. I've seen some reviews on it recently where some people are complaining that it's not like super deep or that the game loop is not super interesting. Which is, like especially for like a 2D platformer roguelike, you would hope that it's like, fun, right? There's a lot of games that have survived being that 2D action roguelike. Dead Cells is like my like gold standard essentially. And I think if if a lot of people consider like Hades, Enter the Gungeon, like those types of games are like your kind of gold standard, right, for your 3D action roguelikes. Dead Cells is kind of mine for 2D, and like if you're comparing to that, I'm seeing a lot of people saying that it's just not as deep and it's not as fleshed out essentially. But the aesthetic looks really good, and I'm again I had a pretty good time with it for the little bit that I was playing. But with roguelikes usually it's like it gets harder the further you go because your pool get harder and easier, right? Because your pool gets bigger with more weapons that you can pick up, but like then you have to deal with more stuff in the pool as you're doing your run. You know what I mean? So
and the game gets more difficult, you figure, and you have less room for error.
yeah. So like I only played it for like a 5-10 minute demo, so I really didn't get obviously that far, but I enjoyed it. So I mean, again, it's already been out for a year or so. So it's been I was overall the consensus seems to be it's pretty good game. Just only recently I've seen some more negative reviews on it as of late. Is that one up in your wheelhouse or not?
It looks cool.
Yeah. What do you think? Is
Yeah, I
something
mean,
you
it
would pick
definitely
up?
looks cool. So, I'm always open for something that looks cool.
Okay. So yeah. So it's like I think the other two hit a little bit harder, at least for me personally as well too. So
Yeah,
this next one up, I'm really excited for. I'm oh god, extremely powerful capybaras.
I'm interested.
Yeah, go and look this one up. This is amazing. So I've mentioned to you before,
I'm in.
Vampire
I'm in.
Survivors, right?
I'm in.
Yeah. So this was a 2-hour wait to get into this game, and I was like, I'm not waiting for this. I'm just gonna go ahead and watch people play this. So I've heard you as a 4-player co-op survivor roguelike esque thing. And by survivor, I mean like Vampire Survivors. Like Vampire Survivors kind of made its own genre, like a 1-6 shooter type of deal. So it's Vampire Survivors with more modifiers, basically. The line was super long, basically all the time. But I like Capybaras and Vampire Survivors and roguelikes, so I'm in.
I know.
This was developed by studio Bravarda and published by PM Studios. Release date is to be announced, and demo is on Steam. So I mentioned it before, like Vampire Survivors, right? You just move around and your weapons automatically fire off for you, right? And certain weapons will fire in the direction you're looking, just in like intervals. Like there's like a cooldown, essentially, an internal cooldown. It'll just fire off every time. This looked like very much so like that. I didn't see like a lot of like hyper button mashing or anything like that, but there were some other abilities that looked like it coming out. So maybe there might be an extra button coming out for supers or whatever. But there was like increase your attack or people picking up certain weapons or certain like basically like each character had a main weapon, and then they'll pick up something that will add a different effect other than their main weapon, basically. And you kind of pick up a build to like cover yourself. You know what I mean? Like if you have an attack that only attacks one way, you want something that hits behind you or above you or below you or in a circle kind of deal. And that's kind of like what the Vampire Survivors recipe is. And basically, this is a cute version of that with 4 people mayhem and like just swarms of enemies running at you.
Yep, this is the same company that's publishing another space opera too.
Yes, PM Studios.
You can give them their money. Give them your money twice.
I gladly will, because again, capybaras are awesome. I love capybaras.
I know this looks so sweet, dude. Like
Yeah.
I'm so into this.
It looks like it reminds me of like the old days when we used to play Gauntlet at my house. You know what I mean? Like,
it looks like Gauntlet Legends with capybaras.
Yeah, it looks so good. And I just saw like other stills of just them chilling in like a hot spring with like the little towel in their head. I'm like, I love this game. I didn't get to play a demo for it. It looked really fun, and the line was always long, so it was pretty popular throughout the entire weekend that I was there. Next one here, No Longer Human. I've already mentioned this to you before when I tried it at PAX last year. It's like a glitch cyber goth 2D Devil May Cry like hyper action combo game.
Oh, this looks cool, but it looks like it's gonna give me a headache.
It hurts my eyeballs. Yeah, I wrote that as my comments. Is like when I played it last time and I played it this year again, it hurts my eyeballs. But the fucking gameplay rules in this game. Like, because again, it's super hyper aggressive. You run around with your character with like a scythe. You throw it. You teleport to it. You're hitting people into the air, and you're basically juggling them like you were a Devil May Cry character or any other sort of like Bayonetta-esque type thing. Yeah, I'm still waiting for this game. Unfortunately, still no release date. No demo either. This was developed by 0801 LLC and also published by PM Studios.
Damn, they're just on a roll, huh?
Yeah, so they've got a bunch of developers that they're developers that they're publishing for. So like again, this was shown off last year. I'm still waiting for it. Still no announcement. I'm hoping it's not one of those games that like something went wrong during production. You know what I mean? That like that's gonna make it get held back for another year or two. Because I'm really looking forward to this one. This was like probably one of my favorite demos from last year, and I'm still waiting on it.
Yeah, this looks really sweet.
Yeah.
Like it looks really cool. I can imagine that a game like this though would come into some like technical issues every once in a while, which could contribute to the the length of development time.
Yeah.
So hopefully there's a happy ending here, and we can get some we can get a finished product.
Okay, next one we got here. Shot 1 Universal League. 1v1 frisbee soccer, I guess. That's how I want to call it. Like, you've heard of Windjammers or like Omega Strikers? They're both on
Yes.
Steam. Windjammers is like frisbee, same thing, and Omega Strikers is kind of like floor hockey with 3 people, I guess, like 3v3, with like abilities and like a MOBA. It looked like that kind of deal, like a Windjammers, Omega Strikers. I didn't get a hands on. Looked really fun. The match that I was watching got really hyped when it was like next point wins type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
The aesthetic's kind of cool. It's very like anime-esque, inspired.
It looks like Overwatch.
A little bit, right? The characters are rendered in the same way. There's like a little hamster guy. There's a wolf guy thing. Like a typical, like busty sporty female character.
Yeah, the wolf is also busty, horny type.
Yes, yeah. That threw me off a little bit.
Everything kind of looks horny.
A little horny. Yeah, a little horny. A little bit of a furry vibe here. But if you don't, if you like it, you like it. You don't. Whatever.
Hey, go off.
But the game looked really fun, and like again, like from what I was asking people, who are playing it, who already had their hands on it, they said that the game felt very good, felt very reactive. Because like the issue is obviously if you're playing like a high speed kind of like amped up Pong on crack kind of deal, right? It has to feel good. Because especially if it's like you're dealing you need any sort of like sport-ish sport-esque game, it's gotta feel right. This one is developed and published by Red Moon Workshop. Release date to be announced, and no demo from what I'm seeing as well. Next game here. This one was a fun game for me. Trinity Fusion. Give you a second for that one.
Sorry, I'm looking at Shot 1 online right now. I'm trying to find some actual gameplay of it. All I see are the models bouncing around.
Yeah. Not a lot of
literally
gameplay.
And figuratively.
Yeah, not a lot of gameplay online. As I said before, again, like it felt a lot like Windjammers to me, or it looked a lot like in terms of gameplay. But they have like abilities to do stuff as well too, from what it looked like.
Got it. Okay, what's this next one now?
Trinity Fusion. This one is a 2.5D or 3D rendered, but it's a side-scrolling roguelike, basically. Think Dead Cells, but with 3 individual main characters with different base abilities. And apparently you can combine the 3 main characters to have like access to different abilities as well too. Felt a little bit stiff, like the game itself, like the characters, like the animations were a little stiff, and like dodging and doing like air dashes and stuff like that. But I liked the ideas that they were going for, like the whole combining characters thing. I don't think was in the demo. Like I saw a thing where I could switch characters, but I couldn't. I didn't see a prompt to say combine. And it's weird because like this booth was like kind of busy, but kind of not. And I think they just didn't have enough people running the booth to keep an eye on who was actually trying the game out or not. Because I got to the boss, and I also found like a pickup, like an offhand weapon pickup that they didn't even realize was in the game, or in this version of the demo that they were showing off at PAX. But I got to the boss and I basically died to it as it was also one hit away from death. So I beefed it right at the end. There you go, choking right in front of the crowd. But it was fun. I just wish I got to see the other bit where I can combine the 2 main characters to have access to other abilities. Again, because it felt a little stiff, but like it didn't feel bad. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. You know what I mean? If it just felt like it was unpolished at the moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say it really kind of looks like it's just a game in early access. Like
it's trying a couple things which I really like. And I was definitely like zooming around the map. Like I was using like the air dash and then sliding on the ground to like, just traverse quickly. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that like one of the guys behind me was like, "Oh, you play like Dead Cells, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." So I was clearly trying to like not break the game, but try to push the limits of what the game was allowing me to do. So this one's developed and published by Angry Mob Games, and the release date is, again, as we said before, like it looks a little bit unpolished, but like again, the core gameplay felt okay for me. Is going to be released in like 2 weeks, April 13, 2023. Yeah. The demo is on Steam, and from my understanding, the demo on Steam is actually newer than the demo that they were using for PAX. Like they did like a big update just happened, but they were showing the previous demo on PAX, so I guess it's a little more stable.
Right. Oh, that might be the case. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, I enjoyed it. I think just like it's for me, it's hard to like. I'm interested in the ideas that they were trying, but the thing is, it's hard to compete against. If I have a product like Dead Cells, which is so well fine-tuned at this point, it's hard to compete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, I get it.
I'm still
And
interested in what this looks like.
there's so many games in this space that like it's hard. You have to try something new,
Yeah. So
which
the
I have
character.
something for you.
Okay, I will do it at the end. Or you want to do that right now?
I mean, it's a roguelite
Okay.
if you want to look at
I'm
it.
on Steam. I'm on Steam right now. Let's take a look.
Okay, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna look up tape to tape.
Tape to. Oops. To tape. Okay. Let's see here.
Okay.
I saw this game actually.
Yeah.
And the thing is, again, this one was a little bit busy, like the entire time I was there as well. And I was like, I'm never gonna get my hands on this thing. But this looks
Right.
really dope.
This is something I would have gotten my hands on had I been there. So tape to tape is a roguelite hockey game, where you kind of build a hockey team in a roguelike fashion. Basically, it's basically a roguelike hockey game. I actually talked with the developers online randomly, just talking about the old NHL games and how much better they were back in the day than they are now. And they put me onto their own game, and I was like, oh sweet, this looks awesome. And so once I saw they were at PAX, I was like, oh, I can bring this up. This is basically my contribution to this. Is at least I have one game to bring to the party here, and it does. It looks pretty sweet. It looks like a traditional 3-on-3 kind of. Oh no, they have 5-on-5. It's a traditional hockey game, but with roguelite elements as you kind of go town to town and play different games. So I think again, like you have to try something new with this genre because everybody has a roguelike now. I feel like it's the new battle royale.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand that. Yeah, and it looks like you have like 4v4 gameplay as well too.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna share?
Yeah,
it's pretty sick. Yeah. Again, I saw this a little bit. I didn't really get to didn't really get to like hang around either for this one. I did see it and it looks really interesting. I like the style of it.
okay, I'm totally in on this because I'm just watching the developer play the game right now on Steam, and one of his players just chucked his stick at one of the defending players and took him out completely.
Yeah, I see.
So,
I'm watching this. I'm watching the broadcast right now too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm 100% in on this. This rules.
Yeah, it looks fun. I haven't played a hockey game in a while. Now that I think about it, but like, from it looks like again, it's arcadey. It's not like a true sim type of thing.
Oh no, definitely not. And
like,
I don't think you could do a true sim in like a roguelike fashion.
No, but even then, that being said, like it looks like they found a way to simplify hockey gameplay. It reminds me a little bit of like how NBA Street or NFL Street or those games were like a simplified version of obviously the game that they are
the sports that they were making.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like it looks kind of like that, but with a different aesthetic, obviously, and very different. Oh, that's funny. I saw the stick flying and take out like 3 people in a row.
Yeah, that rules.
Yeah, I'll keep my eye on this one. Yeah, you should have told me beforehand. I would have actually. I was literally trying to get my hands on it.
Yeah, no, I kind of figured. Number one, I kind of figured it wasn't your cup of tea, and then number two, I figured it would be busy because a game like this attracts eyeballs.
Yeah, it was pretty busy again from when I was there. I didn't really get a chance to get my hands on it, but I did get to watch for a little bit. Like I watched like the one guy facing off against the CPU for it. So, but yeah, it's a cool game. It's a cool looking game. I'll keep it on.
Well, that's my contribution. So
absolutely, that's fine. I mean, at least you got something, right? Especially because the fact you actually got to talk to some of the devs as well on top of it. I just gave you Trinity Fusion, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Moonlight Pulse. This one's gonna be on Steam as well. This one is a 4-character animal Metroidvania. Like you're like a bunch of animal aliens. Where you switch between 4 characters on the fly with separate health bars. If one dies, the whole team wipes. But other characters can come in and tag and save others from what it looks like.
Okay.
Like you can fly. You can switch like on the fly. We're talking like I press right bumper, I'm the next character right away. Like almost no transitionary waiting period.
That's pretty sweet.
Each character has different abilities and weapons. So like you play as mostly the mole character with like the claws. It's funny again, same thing here. I play a lot of Metroidvanias. So I was like using his dash ability to just zoom around the map. Basically, it almost felt like a little bit like a Rivals of Aether almost, or kind of like a Smash, I guess, where you can like short hop and up air to like hit enemies right above you, but it felt very snappy. But it was fun. The thing is, the demo was a little bit weird, bit of a weird experience for me because I was like, I'd beat the first like little mini boss, I guess they have in the demo. And then I rescued the second character, and then I started exploring the bit of the map, with the second character's abilities and stuff like that, or is their weapon is like a projectile weapon. I even went through like these weird veins of like the planet, I guess, and you travel around them as well too, like a kind of your quick way around and stuff. I was told by the whoever was running the demo that like there's no real end to the demo, so like I have to kind of like get off it basically. And I was like, that's not very well prepared for you guys. You know what I mean? At least have like a timer, you know what I mean? So that way I'm not just
Yeah.
I'm not just playing this game for 15, 20 minutes.
Forever, I know.
And because I was enjoying myself, and I'm also trying to see what I can do with the game. But yeah, it was like it was kind of a weird demo experience, I guess. Like at least how they ran it, because they were on there's like a little main section in the floor where they have like all the developers that are kind of like the rising stars, I guess. You know what I mean? Like the ones that are featured for the convention, and they were part of it. So I was like, okay, so I was hoping there's a bit more interaction with me and the devs or the the publicity team, but nothing really.
That's a shame. I mean,
Yeah,
especially if it's like your first game, they look like a smaller studio, especially from their online presence. So
yeah,
it could have been like their first big show, and things happen. So
yeah. That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, developed and published by C4 Games, as we I don't think I ever mentioned it yet. C4 Games, yeah, developed and publishing. Looking to do a release in 2024, and there is a demo on Steam. And according to the guy who basically shooed me off the demo is the same as the demo they had at PAX.
you know what? I'm gonna play the game because it sounds like they had a busy time at PAX. I'm gonna download their demo and
Yeah.
see how it is.
Again, I just wanted to see like where I was, because I was clearly getting further than other people who were playing the game. So one thing I want in experiences when I go to PAX or conventions that are very much so like public facing like this, especially if you're having you're pitching games to people, right? I have no problem with the developer or the public, the PR team or whatever, right? To like have them stand next to me and talk me through the game. You know what I mean? Like talk about design ideas, because
Right.
a lot of them do that. But the issue with Moonlight Plus is like basically they just like kind of left me out to my own devices, and they were talking to somebody else, and I was just kind of like overhearing them as I was playing the demo. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like I'm the one currently trying the game right now. Like tell me what I should be doing, like or what I'm looking at the moment, because I'm basically here mashing on the buttons, like a melee player, trying to figure out what can I do and what can't I do. So it's like there's nothing. I have nothing wrong with having the developer or whoever on the team like talking to me about what they're trying to do with the game. You know what I mean? That's just one of those things that I would appreciate it, especially in a situation like this when they're trying to pitch to the to the potential player base in the first place. It was a weird. That was like the only like negative, I guess, like experience that I kind of felt when I played this one. And like I'm being a little bit nitpicky, but it's like again, like all the other devs are like really on it when they're trying to pitch the games to everybody else.
Yeah. And again, if you're not used to the big convention atmosphere, you run into situations like that.
Yeah,
It happens.
I guess
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be too down on it. It's again, it was fun when I played it, so I was like, I already downloaded the demo. I'm already messing around with it again.
And that's the big thing. As long as the game is good,
Yeah,
everything else is kind of arbitrary.
Which the next one actually, I tried out. Tim also played as well. He like right next to me actually, a game called Castle of Alchemists, top-down twin stick shooter tower defense game. Think Enter the Gungeon has a tower defense mode basically.
Got it. What was the name again? Sorry.
Castle of Alchemists. Very cool, like typical, fantasy aesthetic, like darker fantasy aesthetic. You're playing, the demo I was playing.
Oh yeah,
the knight with
really cool.
You're a knight with a shotgun and a big ass hammer. So you can do it. You can do it with mouse and keyboard. I'm assuming there's a controller set up as well too. So here's the thing for me. I'm not a really big tower defense game kind of guy. There's a couple that I've played, right? Like I played oh my god, was it called Sanctum? I think it was called Sanctum 2. That was a first person shooter, castle defense game. And of course I played a bunch of them that were on like Newgrounds forever ago or Miniclip or whatever, right? And even like, the ones that everyone talks about, like Bloons Tower Defense, right? Technically like Clash of Clans is a tower defense game. stuff like that, right? Where you know that you're supposed to like slow down an enemy opposition as they approach your exit way or basically your goal line.
Hmm.
I'm not super big into the genre anymore, but you know the demo that I played, I enjoyed it. Multiple weapons, like abilities and like throwables. There's a dodge roll. Again, it felt a little bit like Enter the Gungeon. And like you know the traps felt pretty good. You know, there's also like statues you can build, like big, like imagine like big statues you can basically make into towers to fire shit at people. The sound design's really good. I really enjoyed the sound of this one. This one's developed and published by Team Machiavelli. Release date is quarter 2 2023, so relatively soon.
Oh wow, it's the first game too.
Yeah, the demo is on Steam, and the guy said there's actually more stuff on the demo on Steam than there was the one that they were letting people try.
Right. Again, I think it runs into that whole stability versus function kind of thing.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say here?
But it looks good. And again, Tim played it right next to me when he was doing his run. And you know, it's funny because the guy was very much so commenting because he saw me and Tim walk up together, right?
Right.
He's like, we were absolutely treating this game very differently. Like for me, I was very much so like, okay, I'll use traps to just slow stuff down and do a little bit of damage, and I'm basically doing a lot of the work myself. Again, I versus Tim, who like did more of like letting the traps do a lot of the work.
Right, because you know, so like I know at least for me, I started playing tower defense in Warcraft 3. So
Okay.
the way that Warcraft 3 handles tower defense is very different from the way that other players would. And you know, like games of that ilk where you have sort of like that over top RTS style
Yeah.
movement and stuff versus this where it's kind of like an action game inside of a tower defense game.
Yeah, like I have to almost turn my brain back onto like my Age of Empires 2, like RTS style brain.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me because I haven't played in a while. It's funny because I was thinking about playing it last week. But it's been hard for me to try to like, how do I make this more efficient and not make it so I have to do everything myself? You know what I mean? It's
Right.
hard for me to turn that part off or turn that part back on. But like I was already in the run, so I was like, I can't change now. Like I'm just trying to make sure I don't fail the run, so I don't have to like start over again type of deal. But it was fun. I liked it. Again, might be a little bit more up my alley because it is a little bit more actiony than like the typical tower defense game.
Yeah, it's you know, it goes without saying, but big guy with big gun is up my alley. So
Yeah,
I already have the demo downloaded. I'm looking forward to playing a little more of this.
yeah. And again, they said the demo had more stuff on it on Steam that they had on the show floor. So like I was like, cool. I'm gonna like there was more traps basically on the demo on Steam. So I was like, cool, down for that.
And it's coming out this year. That's pretty cool.
Q2, so very soon, within the next 3 months. Let's see here. Endcycle versus. I'm not sure if this is gonna be up your alley at all. This is a deck building roguelike. So very
How many more do you have here?
So very similar to Mega Man Battle Network.
What's the name of this again?
Endcycle versus.
I mean, I liked whatchamacallit, Slay the Spire.
Well,
yeah.
This is more
never
close
really
to
played
Mega Man Battle Network or One Step from Eden.
Yeah, I never really played those.
Yeah, you play on like a 3v3 grid versus like 3v3 grid of enemies as well too. This is a co-op option. That's the newer thing here, and this is even truer to its inspiration, supposedly, because there was a really big Mega Man Battle Network fan who was there who was trying it out, and they noticed like a reference that to like the booth team, while they were playing, and I was like, I have no idea what that reference was, but developed by I don't know if it's 12B3 or 12B3, and published as well. Published by them as well, and Hawthorne Games. Like there's like a joint publication. The release date was earlier last year, actually, April 2022.
That's pretty sweet.
So it's already been out. I think they were just kind of they showed up this year for like a for like a publicity push type of deal. Again, there's definitely seem to be people who are very much into Mega Man Battle Network, and there's a very, very strong fan base for that stuff. It's not my type of game. I stopped playing after Mega Man Battle Network 3. But I do have One Step from Eden, and I enjoy that play. But this one has also a versus mode, which is kind of cool. So
that is pretty sweet.
And also two player versus a computer. And then you basically travel the map like a roguelike, which is kind of cool as well. They also have another one. They also have another mode, which is actual story. Let's see here. Let me just focus on the ones I think they're pretty exciting. Blackout Protocol is a top-down team shooter with roguelike elements. Think top-down Left 4 Dead or modernized Alien Swarm. Didn't get to try this one. The line was super long the entire time, but I watched a couple sessions while I was waiting in line for another game. It looked good. Some modifiers showed up, and there are procedurally generated maps, and it's 3-player gameplay.
Oh, that is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
This does look pretty sweet,
Yeah.
dude. I'm watching the I guess these are the developers or like some streamers play it.
Yeah, there's like a squad playing it together. Yeah.
It looks pretty cool.
Developed and published by Ocean Drive Studio. Release date is sometime 2013. They don't have a hard date yet, basically.
2023.
Yeah, it's just 2023, basically.
If it was 2013, it'd be out for a decade.
Sorry, yeah, 2023, sorry. Closed playtest only, and you must request on the store page. I already requested. I haven't received anything yet. But it looks really good. Again, Alien Swarm was free on Steam forever ago. Which is basically like a top-down Left 4 Dead, and that's kind of similar to what this game looks like, where you have individual characters and different weapons and stuff like that, basically. So it looks pretty cool. And basically,
it does look really
they had 3 computers or 6 computers, but set up 3 and 3. So each team was basically going as far as a run as they could, basically. Big game here. Mina the Hollower. I don't know if you heard of this one. This is a very big game coming out from Yacht Club Games, the guys who made Shovel Knight. Mina.
Yes, I have seen this.
Yeah, Legend of Zelda meets Castlevania meets, I don't know, some other cool shit. I've been actively avoiding like watching gameplay of YouTube creators who like got early hands-on with this game. But I waited somewhere between like an hour and a half to 2 hours for a hands-on demo. For a 15-minute demo. I was like, I want to play this game. I don't want to watch anybody else play it. I want to play it myself. And it was really, really fun. I'm really liking everything about this game so far. The aesthetic, the movement, the gameplay, like all this stuff is so sick.
Kind of looks like a fast-paced Link's Adventure.
A little bit, yeah. Again, like Legend of Zelda meets Castlevania. It kind of definitely that like SNES era, I guess. That's probably my guess would be.
Looks more like a Game Boy game.
Yeah.
Game Boy Color.
That's fair. Yeah. Actually, that's probably, you're right. That's actually probably a little bit closer in terms of the way they do the animations. But yeah, very fast playing. I mean, again, think about like how Shovel Knight is basically like a modernized Mega Man type of deal.
Right.
That's kind of like what this is, like a modernized Legend of Zelda, Castlevania type of deal. Because they also have different weapons as well too, like the whip and the Morningstar type of weapon. Daggers, which you can throw, but you have to pick them up. You have to make sure you pick them back up again if you throw them, or a big old hammer. But yeah, very fun when I played it. Again, 15 minutes. I got to explore a little bit. They're very much so keeping a relatively tight lid on this game. I'm just waiting for this game to come out. Release date to be announced. No demo. This is a bit of a weird one. Raw Metal.
I'm listening.
3D arena fighter, stealth, action roguelike, extraction game. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But basically, you fight robots, you shoot out light sources like a stealth gameplay, like a Splinter Cell. You bring in gear to repair, and your different gear changes your character stats and stuff like that. There's distraction devices and throwables to like either kill or distract enemies. And basically, it's like either you surprise enemies by like getting the sneak attack on them, but it doesn't kill them. It just makes it so that the fight starts in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's live combat. Like, it's like you throw out like punches are your square button or your X button. Y or triangle is your kick. Yeah, and like if you hold it, either one of those, you can do a heavy punch or heavy kick, and you basically finish off enemies that way too. And you can dodge or block or parry as in combat as well too. Very cool. Again, there's a lot going on. The whole stealth mechanic. Your character kind of lights up with like a white outline, very similar to like the newer Splinter Cell games, or there's a stealth ninja game called like Origami, I believe it's called, on Steam that I own. Very similar in style. But it's cool. Again, there's a lot going on. It's just I'm curious to see what the hell this game actually looks out to be. But it is a roguelike, and the guy was talking to me about like the stuff that you do the further you get in, the better gear you get as well too. Produced and developed by Team Crucible. Release date is 4th quarter 2023. No demo. Look cool though.
It looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one. This next game right here is probably the game that I had the most fun with, I think, for this entire PAX. This game is called Just Shapes and Beats.
I'm listening.
You can find it on Steam, and I think it's currently coming out on the Switch, I think, as well too. I don't know if it's just happened or they had it before, but it came out in May 2018. But it's a 4-player music-based bullet hell. And like the music bases are just rule. I'm surprised I haven't heard of this one before until I went there. They basically put like one was like a typical like dance track. I'm not sure if it's a reference to another game. And then they had Spider Dance from Undertale with like a hard bass electro remix. And then they had the Mortal Kombat theme, and then another video game song that they was remade for this game. The music mixes are just rule. Very easy to pick up. You basically use just one character. You move with your left stick, and you have a dodge. That's basically it. They get pretty hard, and like some of the levels get pretty hard over time. Like, and the way it happens, like if your character like dies, like they get bubbled. Think of like the new Super Mario Brothers, or
Oh yeah. Okay, that makes
and
sense.
you can basically touch them, and they revive them again after like a short buffer of them being invincible again. So it's like a 4-player co-op thing, and you hit little checkpoints so that way if you wipe, you start back at the checkpoint instead. This one was developed and published by Berserk Studios. Again, came out in May 2018. No demo, no Steam demo, but there is a demo on Switch. I would say try out the demo. See if this is up your alley, because this game was the most fun demo that I played there.
Which platform has the demo again? You said
Switch.
Switch. Okay.
Yeah. And from the same studio, same developer anyway, a game called Infernax, Infernax. It's a Castlevania-esque experience with 2-player co-op being added to their Year 2 update, Do or Die. The game came out last year, February 2022. No demo, unfortunately, but it's Castlevania-esque with 2 players, and they have what is it, Evil Dead references, like your character can have like a shotgun and a baseball bat.
I'm into that.
Yeah, again, it's basically just Castlevania. It's basically just Castlevania, but with like more shit basically added to it. It rules. It looked really, really fun. Couch co-op is a big thing that they were pushing for on this one. This one's again developed by Berserk Studios, but published by the Arcade crew for this one.
Got it.
There's a game here called Felicity's Door. Only coming out on Steam right now, from my understanding, or on a Switch right now, from my understanding. But it's a super like fluffy looking, cute as fuck anime rhythm game. But it's like, it looks like a mobile game, like D4DJ or the
Oh yeah, okay.
or
I see it.
the Love Live game. But you can also do those buttons with the controller as well too, which is kind of cool. And use like the thumbsticks to do that.
Oh, this is like
demo.
I'm gonna reveal something about myself. This is like Project Diva colorful stage.
Oh, the Miku game.
Yeah, the Miku mobile game.
Yeah, very. So kind of a cool thing. I dug a little bit on this one. So there's a possible Steam / PC release coming in the future, because I saw they had like letters and a space bar for like the slide buttons.
Okay.
But after doing some research looking for info on this game, it was alive in some form apparently on iOS back in 2015 as Project Dreamwalker. And then they like went away essentially. Like that development company went away. And it was developed, and as of right now, is developed by Area 35. It must have been a different crew back in the day. They left from Project Dreamwalker. They left because the same character designs are there. If you look them up on Facebook.
So if you're on the, I'm on the page. I just clicked the Twitter, and the Twitter takes you to Area 35 EN.
Yeah, and like again, like I looked at Project Dreamwalker. That was on Facebook, and that was on the former Twitter as well too.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So
how do I keep this? How do I keep tabs on this then? Switch.
Switch. Yeah, from what it looks like.
Okay.
Or just because I don't know if it's on the wish list yet or available in the store yet for like two. Well, no, the demo's there. So yeah, you gotta have it there. I think right.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. If not, again, they are going to say he's going to come out on Switch. They'll probably do. I basically just like. I have their website just saved as a bookmark, so I can see if any announcements happen.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Again, developed by Area 35. Not sure of the publisher yet. Ooh, this was fun. Sentry. First person shooter tower defense game. Another one. Well, I guess that's first person. I guess first person is the first one that I played. Traps, turrets, environmental destruction. It's kind of cool because you're like one of the levels you're in a spaceship. You can shoot windows to drag aliens out into the void of space. Like like this environmental destruction and shit. 2-player co-op for this one, and there's a campaign. Very, very fun, very fast. I played it on mouse and keyboard. That's what they had the demo for. But 2-player co-op. It looks like they were trying to do for 4 because there's like 4 pods on the map kind of deal. But I think they just couldn't balance it for 4. But they found a very, very good balance for 2-player co-op for this one. I enjoyed it a lot, and apparently at that point I had played it on like the hard mode essentially for the demo, and I was the sixth person to clear it for the entire weekend so far.
Wow. Look at you.
Wait,
Hit the
six
GIF.
person,
I am so great. I
or,
am so great.
or
Everybody
at
loves
least sixth
me.
person to clear it without dying. Like because you if you die, your character respawns as another sentry, like another robot sentry. But I did it on hard mode, which was the sniper rifle instead of using the shotgun
Oh
or the
my
AR.
god.
And it was really fun. I liked it so far. You basically use your money after killing monsters to buy, traps, and they basically during the demo they gave you like an engineer, an assault class, and a sniper class. But in the full release of the game, you can just mix and match whatever you want. They just kind of wanted to simplify it for the demo, basically. Very fun. I very much so. Again, I'm not a big tower defense guy, but this was a little bit more in my wheelhouse because of the fact that it was a first person shooter. Oh, I just wanted to cover this guy, 30XX. I've mentioned this before. This is actually one of the reasons why I started this podcast in the first place. It's the Mega Man X roguelite. I've owned this game since 2021 February. Just go play it. Like I've this is the one where like I sent it to our group and I got whoop-de-dooed and I was genuinely upset because our group loves Mega Man. Like, you know what I mean? Like everyone in their group enjoys the game, and I was like, this should be a game that everyone should be in on.
It looks like a Mega Man X.
Yeah, so this is the second game because it was 20XX before, now it's 30XX, and that's literally what it is. It's just infinite Mega Man. You can play as a Mega Man style character or a Zero style character. It was Nina and Ace. Character, weapon modifiers, powers, different weapons. It's just go play it. This is Mega Man X roguelike. Fucking hell.
Just go play it.
Published and developed by Battery Staple Games. Released February 2021. No demo, unfortunately, but that. Again, it's a good game. If you like Mega Man, just go play Mega Man. Just go play this game. I got two more here. Okay, I'm gonna try to bang through here. I got Gun Runner. It's an action platformer bullet swarm with a focus on movement. You open the exit portal by basically hitting all the trap. Imagine like basically break the targets from from Smash Melee a little bit.
Oh,
and you break all of them, and then it opens a door, and you get out. And you can also kill all the enemies, or just avoid them completely. It really scratched that speedrunner, like, bash my head into a wall itch that I occasionally get. Because, like, it even shows you how many wasted frames you did. Or how many inputs you put in. And there's, like, a very specific dash system where, like, if you dash wrong, you get a short green dash. If you dash right, you get a long blue dash. Yeah, and you basically just shoot by aiming your right stick in the 8 directions. You'll have on like a controller. Yeah, really fun, really short game. Or not really short, but like really decently short demo, like 10 to 15 minutes or so. But basically, if you beat the game, if you beat the last level in under 15 seconds, you get a free copy of the game. I could not. I was doing pretty decently, and I was still at 18. Like, and I saw other people hitting like 25 averaging. Again, the fact that I got under 20, I felt good. But like, yeah, this game is pretty dope. It's just like it just scratched the speedrunner itch. Published and developed by Pixelcast Games, and release date is March 2023. And then the last game on the list that I've got here is Gravity Circuit. Think of Mega Man, but instead of a blaster, you punch and kick stuff, and you have a grappling hook.
Oh yeah, this guy looks pretty cool. It's like Shredder.
Yeah, you look like Shredder. You have like different attacks if you aim up or down. Like you have like a dive kick attack. You have like a sweeping upper, like a flash kick type of deal. If you go upwards, you have a short combo. You have an ultra ability, which is like you spin like a top and you fuck up shit real hard. Different attacks in different directions. Ultra charge ability, yeah, basically. Developed by Domesticated Ant Games and published by PID Games. Release date Q2 2023.
Yeah, this looks pretty sweet.
Yeah,
downloading it now.
I'm really excited for this one. I believe there's a demo for that one as well.
Yeah, there is. I'm already downloading it.
Cool. Yeah, I think this one just forgot to put if there's a demo or not. But yeah, that's the games that I like got my hand. If not got my hands on, at least the ones that really caught my attention for this PAX that I went to. Anything that stuck out from the stuff that I told you about?
This one looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Hold on. Some of the other ones looked pretty cool. That Endcycle I thought looked pretty cool.
The
obviously tape to tape.
Yeah.
Game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that Castle of Alchemists game, I do have that. I downloaded that. Moonlight Pulse I downloaded because I felt bad for them, but I'm sure it's a fun game.
Yeah. Again, I enjoyed the demo. It was a weird experience for when I was trying it out. Like, could have been a little more focused on what they were doing in there.
It happens.
Yeah, again, No Longer Human. I'm really excited for. I'm still waiting on it. 2 years at this point. I'm waiting. Extremely Powerful Capybaras. I'm probably gonna buy that. I want this game so badly. I hope.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that looks awesome.
I
too.
hope it comes out on
Definitely
Switch because this looks like a perfect Switch game.
Seriously, it does.
I mean, I'm still gonna buy it for PC anyway, most likely. But like, it'd be good to have this on the Switch as well too. As for I think the Extremely Powerful Capybaras, I'm really excited for because I like Vampire Survivors a lot, and this seems like it's very much so that similar game. Trinity Fusion had some cool ideas. I'm looking forward to see how it fills out because again, I love Dead Cells. It may feel a little bit like a stiff Dead Cells, but I like the ideas that they're trying out here with the mixing characters and stuff. Mina the Hollower, yeah, can't wait, man. Raw Metal was cool, and Just Beats and Shapes again. I think is probably the most fun game that I played this entire PAX. Came out 5 years ago, and this game rules. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff this year. Again, meeting Donkey was cool. Meeting the Nintendo podcast guys was really fun. A lot of cool stuff. Again, another one small thing that it's not video game related, but it's streaming related, I guess. Audio Technica, the audio brand, right? They do headphones, microphones, stuff like that, right? I'm using one of the microphones right now. They have a new line of headsets coming out with a high quality microphone built onto it. It's the ATH, the headphone series, the M50s, STS. That's their designation for it. And basically, it uses like the 20 series capsule, like inside the microphone, and shrunk down a little bit and attached directly to the headset. So you have like individual mic level quality headphones or microphones built into your headset, which is sick. And it was a really, really cool demo that I got to try with the guy there who was just basically, hey, toss these on, started talking to me, and you hear the monitoring on. I could hear myself too. Like, it was super, super clear. Very cool demo. I think if I just wasn't already drowning in all these all this audio gear, I probably would buy it.
Well, then try to get one for me.
I'll see what I can. I'll see what I can do for you. Yeah, these are pretty sick. Again, they're Audio Technica. They're a good brand. They've been around for forever, so really popular. So yeah, I'm definitely keeping my eye out on this one, because I want to see what they do if they do it with the other lines of their headphones, basically, because they already have like gaming headsets which are very specific for a different crowd. Essentially, this is more for like the typical content creator streamer crowd, which is pretty dope because the fact you get a really nice quality microphone built into your headset. But yeah, I think that'll be it for this one, just because we want to cover what I got to see here at PAX, what we're looking forward to. Hopefully we get some more release dates announced for some of these games. A lot of these I'm looking forward to, but also no demo on some of them too, which kind of stinks. But a lot of good games coming out this year and next year, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure. Let us know listeners. Let us know what you guys are into. Just reach out to us on Instagram or Twitter. Let us know what you guys are interested in, and we'll see if we can get our hands on it. You never know.
Yeah, and if you were at PAX, let us know if there was a demo you tried out that you were really, really into that we didn't cover. It might have been a game that I just missed in the corner of the building, or like I might have just been too busy. I didn't get my hands on it. But if you happen to be at PAX East this year, let me know. And I think that'll do it for this episode, viewers. We will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks again for tuning in for this extra bonus episode for you guys. Take care.
See you later. Oh, I'm doing. This is like cutting it down to the wire. This is literally the last time I could have recorded anything.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.